Hello, my name is Mike Johnson, taking you on an inside and outside video tour of this 2018 Honda Clarity Touring plug-in hybrid. This is similar to a Honda Accord, a little bit more luxurious than a Honda Accord. This one is the Touring model, so it's a plug-in hybrid Touring. So what does that mean? First of all, let's cover the basics. The basics is, yes, you can finance this car, whether you're living in California, Arizona, New Jersey, Hawaii. We can arrange financing for you at your local credit union with Credit Union Direct Financing, and we can deliver the vehicle to you anywhere in the United States, including Hawaii. If it's not over water, it's faster and easier, but Hawaii, any of the islands in Hawaii is possible too. So Honda Clarity plug-in is a plug-in hybrid, which means it runs on gasoline. And as I open the door, we have the Touring has full leather seats, has a gas door button, and it has a charging door button. Touring has memory seats, power driver's seat, power passenger seat, leather heated seats, but it's a plug-in hybrid. So when you open the front charging door, there's a plug to charge the car, just like if you had a Tesla, you would charge your Tesla. But unlike a Tesla, it also has a gasoline door. You open that and you put gasoline in here, regular unleaded gas. So it has the best advantages of an electric car and the best advantages of a gasoline car without some of the disadvantages that an electric car has. First of all, you absolutely want to plug it in every day if you can, but you don't have to. For example, if you're going to drive this car to work every day and you do plug it in, you're going to drive to work, and the first roughly 50 miles more or less, it's not going to use any gas. That's almost, well, for a typical owner, it's between 16 and 18,000 miles a year of not using any gas driving. So if you drive less than 16,000 miles a year, you will buy almost no gas for this car during a year. If you drive under 48 miles a day and charge it once a day. But unlike a Tesla, you can also get in this car and drive from California to Texas and never plug it in, or California to Florida and never plug it in. It has a gas tank on board, which means you're going to stop at gas stations and put gas in it. Takes what, few minutes to put gas in it. You do not have to charge it, especially on cross-country travel. However, if you live in an apartment building and you're going to drive it every day and never charge it, you can also do that, but you're going to lose the advantage of the plug-in hybrid capability. Then it's only going to act like a Honda hybrid, and Honda sells other hybrids that don't plug in. Like the Accord hybrid is just a regular hybrid. This is a plug-in hybrid, so that 16 to 18,000 miles a year of not buying gas, that advantage only comes if you plug it in every day. So definitely want to plug this car in every day if you can. So this one is very clean, no accidents. Auction rating was grade 5, which is unusual. It's an extremely clean car. That means it doesn't have any repaint, doesn't have any accidents. Tires and everything were great on it. It's got hand-cooked tires. The owner took really good care of this car, and this was not a repo or anything like that. This was a trade-in. They said, hey, trade in my car. They got a new Tesla or a new Honda or something else. It's got full leather seats with perforation in the seat. You know, Honda's really good at leather seats. They do Acura, Honda, Acura, like different Acura models. That's Honda. If you see an Acura, you're like, oh man, those Acuras are nice. Acura is a fancy Honda. And this is the fanciest Honda you can get with a plug-in hybrid technology. So they go all out on this car. So the engine is running, but not exactly. It's running on electric power only right now. You can hear noises from it because the electrical system is on, but the gasoline engine is not running, so it's not using any gasoline right now. Hybrids can do that. Hybrids can run and drive without using gas. But here's a good explanation. So another way to understand how a hybrid works, you have the gasoline engine and the electric drive system, which is built into the transmission. So if you plug it in, the two systems are in parallel to each other, so they can both propel the car at the same time. You plug it in, you charged it last night. Today you're driving. The electric drive system will drive this car 100% of the time unless you choose to do otherwise, which there are some buttons so you can change the mode. For the first 50 miles, it's going to try to run on electric power only as much as it can. And then the gasoline engine will come on and run on gasoline as a hybrid after that. So think of it as having three batteries. The regular car battery, like every car has, to start the engine and play the radio. And then it has a hybrid battery, which is the regenerative power. So when you step on the brakes in the hybrid, the electric motors and stuff in the transmission do a little tricks to store that energy in the battery so you can recycle it when you accelerate and power the car on electric power when you're stopped. So it has that. But has the third battery, which is the plug-in from home heavy storage battery, which lets you drive that 48 to 50 miles of pure electric. So those batteries are under 10 years or a 150,000 mile warranty from Honda. That's a California state law, which is honored in multiple states. There's about 10 states that say whatever the law is in California, that's the law here too. So plug-in hybrid is very fuel efficient, very minimal amount of pollution coming out of the car if you plug it in once a day. So this car is feature filled like an Acura. It's got smart cruise control, radar unit located in the front of the car, and a windshield mounted camera. The radar and camera work together to literally let the computer see and measure how far away the traffic is in front of you. So if you set your cruise control on your way from California to Texas at 80 miles an hour, because in Texas there is 80 mile an hour speed limits, but somebody like a big semi in front of you or an RV is only doing 65, the radar will slow you down automatically without you doing anything as a driver and match speed at the car in front of you until you have a chance to pass. The radar has following distance, 4 second, 3 second, 2 second, and 1 second following distance. If you're following at 1 second, very few people will cut you off. Some will, but very few. If you're following at 4 second following distance, your car has a lot of time to react to what's going on ahead of you, but more people will cut you off. So there's a distance selection button on the steering wheel to change the distance that you follow the cars ahead. I'm going to take a close-up look at the car while we're blabbering about it. So when you're driving along and you're set your cruise control for 80, where the speed limit is 80 as you're heading into Texas, you never have to stop and charge it. Remember, you only have to buy gas for those long trips, but you definitely want to charge it when you can. Close look at the tires. This one is unusual because there's very little scratches on the rims. Most of the Honda Clarities that I get have scratched up rims. This one does not really have scratched up rims, which is typical. If you buy it, you're probably going to scratch up the rims, but you have a clean slate to start with. They took really good care of this. They probably lived in a city where they didn't have these normal city curbs, which is probably why they didn't scrape them on the curbs. Those tires are almost brand new. Hankook, very good tires. So Honda Clarity has government incentives that will help you pay for the car. Important government incentives, up to $17,500 cash money that somebody else will pay for the car for you. I'm going to give you an example. First one, federal used EV tax credit. The Joe Biden administration changed the rules. So now when you buy a used plug-in hybrid, you can get $4,000. I think it's up to 2 or 3 times. If you buy the car from a dealer and the price is within the legal threshold of the law, which they can change. And it has to be 2 model years or old or older. So this being a 2018, this qualifies. $4,000 on your federal income tax credit. That's for everybody in the country. If you live in California, the local power companies, the big ones and the small ones, are offering $4,000 rebates. You buy the car, and when the car is registered to your address that has an electrical connection from the power company, even if your name's not in the bill, they'll give you a check for $4,000 if you're low to moderate income. And if you're not low to moderate income, if you make a lot of money, if you make too much money, they'll still give you a check for $1,000. So everybody can get a $1,000 rebate from the local power company, and the low to moderate income can get a $4,000 check from the local power company. To find out if you qualify, go on California website, anywhere in California. The website is called driveclean.ca.gov, and then on that website you want to search for incentives for a plug-in hybrid and see if you qualify for what exactly. And you can call us if you're buying the car. We'll help you navigate that. But also there is one more program, up to $9,500 from the Replace Your Ride program. Sometimes they say $12,500, and there's several of these programs across the state called they're like a cash for clunkers program. So you have to have a vehicle you're driving now that's kind of a clunker, that's not worth very much money, and a certain number of model year old, or go on replaceyourride.com to see if you qualify for that. That's a Southern California program, but there are additional similar programs in other parts of the state as well. Again, driveclean.ca.gov to see if those programs are available to you. One other program is the HOV sticker program, which they say is ending in 2025, which is a year from now. These little carpool stickers, so you can drive alone in the carpool lane all by yourself. There's different colors for different years and stuff like that. They're constantly changing the law that allows the program. So right now the expiration date for the whole program is 2025, which means all the stickers expire 2025 unless they renew the law, which so far they always have. But there's no guarantee that you're dealing with the government. Who knows what they're going to do? Just letting you know. So going for a little test drive of this Honda Clarity. Right now the odometer reading is 69026. That's the current odometer reading. On the right side of the steering wheel we have these little buttons, a radar adaptive cruise control button with the select the following distance: 4, 3, 2, or 1 second following distance, set or resume cruise control, and lane assist. Lane assist makes it kind of similar driving to a Tesla. It's not full self-driving, but has some of those self-driving car features adapted to this from Acura and Honda, so that you can drive almost light-handed into traffic with the radar cruise control supporting your path. Here's our backup camera. Now I'm going to get close to the curb here. We are in panoramic 180 degree field of view, which means you can see down that way and that way. So when we put it in backup camera, you can still see almost 180 degrees up and down the street. That's very useful for backing out of a parking space with a blind view. This is a normal view backup camera, that's 180. And as we get close to the curb here, in case there's some dollar bill laying on the curb and you want to see if it's a 1 or a 20, you can zoom in your backup camera using this button here. Oh, that's a 20. I think I'm going to get out and pick it up. Or if it's a CD, you can see who the artist. I don't like that one. I'm not going to get out and pick up that scratched up CD. Backup camera. Apple CarPlay navigation. So remember, I mentioned this was the Honda Clarity Touring. So there's a Touring base. I'm sorry, there's a Clarity base and a Clarity Touring. The Touring is the fanciest one, but the base is also top of the line vehicle. What do you get by getting the Touring? Let's list the items here. Touring gets a programmable memory setting, a his and her setting for the seat and mirror position. You got a power seat control right here, and you have leather seats. We had this leather conditioned and everything like that. The whole car detailed and shampooed, but it was clean to start with. Again, when we bought it, they rated it a grade 5, and then it got driven to us during a rainstorm and got all dirty, so we detailed it again. Touring also has genuine Honda navigation, so you've got a little navigation tab in here. With the Honda navigation, once a year or so you may have to buy a new update. If you want to use that, then it looks like this. You don't have to do that because all Clarities come with navigation thanks to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So I have my phone connected wired, but you can also connect it wirelessly if you use a dongle. So I can say, hey Siri, end navigation.
Ending navigation.
There you go. We're in Southern California. See the ocean? Hey Siri, get directions to the Queen Mary.
Getting directions to the Queen Mary.
Navigating with an Apple CarPlay system is that easy, especially if you have the Hey Siri feature turned on. You don't have to punch anything in. You can tell it your home address, your friend's address, your business address, just the name of the business. Hey Siri, end navigation.
Ending navigation.
What if you're wondering where the closest Honda dealer is? Hey Siri, get directions to Penske Honda.
Getting directions to Penske Honda.
There you go. It's that easy to get directions to anywhere.
Starting route to Penske Honda.
So if you need to take your car to the dealer for some reason,
Carplay,
for a service or whatever,
turn right.
It's that easy. Hey Siri, end navigation.
Ending navigation.
I had Toyota Prius 2012s. Trying to cancel the navigation feature was like trying to solve a puzzle. And it was annoying and loud. This Honda is very refined. So let's go on a little test drive. These are very smooth riding cars. They drive smooth like a Cadillac, but they handle corners really well because they have a very Acura derived suspension. So you can hit the corners pretty fast and pretty hard, make emergency lane changes, and the car will just respond without complaining. So as we accelerate up here, the engine just came on, and I'm going to engage sport mode. That was pretty fast acceleration actually for only a 1.5 liter gas engine, and that's because the engine and the hybrid system are running in parallel. So you get the best power out of the engine and the best power out of the electrical drive system at the same time. Normally, if you're saving gas and driving in economy mode, which has a little economy leaf button here next to the sport mode button, you can drive purely in hybrid mode as much as possible. And I'm going to give you a little percentage example. Honda Clarity, if you plug it in every day and you drive under 50 miles a day, 99% of the time it's gonna be in electric drive mode like a Tesla. But if you drive beyond the 50 miles in a day, after 50 miles, 40% of the time, it's gonna be electric mode like a Tesla. If you never charge it, you never plug it in, if that's the way you want to do it and never plug it in, your whole existence with the car, 40% of the time, is going to drive like an electric car. And your gas mileage, if you never plug it in, is going to be about 42 miles per gallon. But if you do plug it in and you drive under 50 miles a day, you could exceed 1,000 miles per gallon. My son has one just like this one, 2018 black touring with leather, and his car is constantly exceeding 1,000 miles per gallon. He almost never has to buy gas because of his type of use. Your use will be varying. If you want to get a better idea of how much gas you're going to use, when you're calling me to find out if the car's available, I can talk you through it. Hey Siri, look, we're driving. Get directions to Disneyland.
Getting directions to Disneyland Park.
Look, side view camera.
Starting route to Disneyland
I
Park.
turn on the side view camera. My boy has one.
At
He
the
doesn't
light,
like the side
turn
view
right.
camera because it disables navigation when you're driving, but you also have a button on the steering wheel to re-enable the side view camera. Anytime you're
In
driving,
half a mile, turn left onto Pedley Road.
anytime you're driving, you can hit the little button on the gear shifter and turn on the side view camera without turning on the turn signal.
At the next stop sign, turn left.
Hey Siri, end navigation.
Ending navigation.
It's a very clean, smooth driving car. Look, I'm gonna push my button on the steering wheel, the gears, turn signal, and side view camera on, side view camera off. That's available to you whenever you're driving. If you're having trouble with your neck and it's hard to look over and you want to use the side view camera to check your right side, you can do it whenever you're driving, even if you don't use your turn signal. So Siri also, Apple Carplay has a full featured menu which has all kinds of different modes. I don't want to play too much with it when I'm driving because safety first. Very good, smooth, flat cornering. A lot of people have loved Honda Civics because they have really good handling, really good acceleration. Honda Clarity is like a Honda Civic on steroids that gets better gas mileage. That's what we're looking for. Apple CarPlay. So you have your phone, music, maps, messages, calendar, podcasts, or other apps. You can have iHeartRadio and Pandora and all the different apps. With the Honda system, you can even get additional apps downloaded to the car using the downloader. I'm not knowledgeable about this, but yeah, you can pretty much hack your system. You can change and put images and do all kinds of fancy stuff if you know what you're doing. Or you don't have to mess with any of that. The Apple CarPlay makes simplification of driving and navigating a magical experience. Once you've had it, you're spoiled. You've got a glove box with owner's manuals are present, but you can also get the owner's manuals on the Honda website. Honda owners. Go on Google, search for Honda space owners space manuals, and you can get them for free on your iPad or desktop. HomeLink programmable garage door opener, so you can open your garage door using these buttons. Electrochromic auto dimming rear view mirror. None of those flip-flop switches when the headlights are blinding you from behind. It automatically dims the glass. Premium sound. Honda Link. This little button is your lane keep assist, enable or disable feature. This is where your button is to open the trunk. That's where your button is to open the gas. That's where the button is to open the charging port. Power windows. Remember, the mirrors and seat adjust under memory programmable settings. Set the button set. Now button 1 is programmed, and there are 2 keys with this car. As I'm ending my test drive, pointing out, Honda Clarity has a really large trunk. It's not a hatchback like Toyota Prius Prime, which is a competitive vehicle, but the Honda Clarity 2018 has 5 seats. Toyota Prius Prime does not. Prius Prime only has 4 seats on the 2018. So Honda Clarity, you can drive for Uber if you want to. And if you have a lot of cargo, you pull these little levers, and especially if you have 2 hands free, the back seat folds down. And then you can haul your surfboards, your boogie boards, portable kayaks and stuff like that. It's got cup holders, nice cup holders, nice armrest, but you have 5 seats in the back. On Honda Clarity, the exhaust does not go down the middle of the car, so the hump in the middle is really small. So it's much more comfortable to sit in the middle of a Honda Clarity than it is in other types of vehicles. You're not sitting over the exhaust pipe when you're sitting in the middle. And you're also not sitting over the drive shaft or anything like that. Sitting in the middle of the Honda Clarity is something much nicer than with other types of vehicles. There is no spare tire. It has something better than a spare tire. It has a tire repair kit, which is in this compartment. Has a tire pump and has a little knob to pump up the tires or empty the tires. And if you ruin that, you can buy brand new ones on Amazon for 45 bucks or less. Or even they sell them at Walmart or auto parts stores, like the Slime tire repair kit. So my name is Mike Johnson. Thank you for watching my video tour of the Honda Clarity Touring plug-in hybrid. Are you watching on your little phone this whole video, holding it the wrong direction? Go to my website first if you have a computer or something, and mybestcar.com is a website. It looks like that. You have little buttons you can click on, and go to the YouTube channel where you'll find my videos, or you go on your big TV in your living room, open up my YouTube channel, buy it on YouTube app, search for mybestcar.com with no dot. On YouTube there's no dot. On the website there is a dot. On the web it's mybestcar.com. And if you're buying the car, your check is paid to the order of a buyer's choice. If you're watching my video and somebody says it's for their car and they're not a buyer's choice in Southern California, then they're borrowing my video for their own purpose. So make sure you're buying it from us if you're watching this video. Otherwise, you can use this video for reference for other cars to get a better understanding about them. My name is Mike Johnson. I accept phone calls between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. California time. 951-681-2101. That is a landline, so don't text that number. It won't work. Thank you for watching.